Welcome to this tutorial on access control lists. ACLs are a crucial security feature that regulate network access by defining rules to allow or deny traffic. They ensure that only authorized users can access specific resources while restricting unauthorized access. Let's quickly dive into the different types of ACLs and explore their practical applications. Standard ACLs filter traffic based only on the source IP address. They use numbers between 1 to 99 and 1300 to 1999. Imagine a scenario where only network administrators are authorized to access the server racks. To achieve this, a standard ACL is defined and applied on a Cisco router, allowing traffic exclusively from the 192.168.1.0/24 network. A wildcard mask in ACLs determines which parts of an IP address must match exactly and which can vary. Unlike a subnet mask, where zeros represent the network portion and ones represent the host portion, a wildcard mask works in reverse. Zeros mean must match, and ones mean can be anything. This flexibility allows for non-contiguous matching. For example, a wildcard mask of 0.0.0.254 matches every even-numbered IP by forcing the last bit of the last octet to be 0, a capability that a subnet mask cannot achieve. The deny any command in ACLs blocks all other traffic, but it is optional because Cisco ACLs automatically include a hidden deny any statement at the end by default. Finally, the ACL is applied to the Gigabit Ethernet 0/2 interface in the outbound direction, meaning it filters traffic as it exits the router on that interface. It is important to note that ACLs filter traffic based on direction. Inbound ACLs filter packets before routing as they arrive, while outbound ACLs filter packets after routing as they leave. The Show Access List 10 displays the details of ACL 10, listing its rules, permitted and denied traffic, and the number of times each rule has been matched. This helps in verifying the ACL's effectiveness. The Show IP Interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 provides information about this interface, including its IP address, operational status, and whether an ACL is applied. Next, we discuss extended access control lists, which provide more precise filtering by evaluating both source and destination addresses along with specific protocols and ports. They use numbers between 100 to 199 and 2000 to 2699. Suppose, in the previous scenario, web traffic from 192.168.2.20 also needs to be allowed. Since traffic for a specific protocol must be permitted, an extended access control list is used to meet this requirement. The first rule allows all IP traffic from the 192.168.1.0/24 network to any destination. The second rule permits TCP traffic on port 80 from the specific host 192.168.2.20 to any destination. The third rule explicitly denies all other traffic, ensuring that only the specified traffic is allowed. Finally, the access list is applied outbound on interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/2, filtering traffic as it exits the router through this interface. To verify the applied rules, the Show Access List 100 command can be used. The next type of access control list is the Named ACL, an alternative to numbered access control lists in Cisco routers. Named ACLs offer a more intuitive and flexible approach to managing access rules by using descriptive names, making them easier to understand and modify. They support both standard and extended ACL configurations, enhancing network security and administration. As you can see, the Named ACL web access is an extended ACL applied to outbound traffic on Gigabit Ethernet 0/2. It follows the same configuration principles as a numbered extended ACL, but replaces the numeric identifier with a descriptive name for improved readability and management. Time-based access control list enforces network traffic rules based on specific time conditions, allowing or denying access only during predefined periods. It is commonly used for restricting user access to resources during certain hours, such as limiting internet access to business hours. Suppose we want to restrict guest access to the servers to business hours only. The given configuration sets up a time-based ACL to control HTTP traffic from a specific host during a defined time range. First, a time range named Allow HTTP is created, specifying that it is active daily from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then an extended ACL 100 is configured. The first rule permits all traffic from 192.168.1.0/24 to any destination, while the second rule allows only TCP traffic from 192.168.2.20 to any destination, but only during the Allow HTTP time range. The last rule denies all other traffic. Finally, ACL 100 is applied outbound on interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/2, meaning the access list filters traffic leaving the router on that interface. This setup ensures that general traffic from 192.168.1.0/24 is always allowed, but HTTP traffic from 192.168.2.20 is only allowed during the specified hours, while all other traffic is blocked. Reflexive access control lists allow return traffic dynamically based on outgoing sessions. Reflexive ACLs are particularly useful for enhancing security by allowing return traffic only for sessions initiated from within the network. Suppose a company wants to allow users to browse the internet but block unsolicited inbound connections. A user in the internal network sends an HTTP request to a web server on port 80. The outbound ACL allows TCP traffic from the 192.168.1.0/24 network to any destination and creates a temporary session rule, tracked as session. The inbound ACL evaluates whether inbound traffic matches an existing session and permits it only if it corresponds to an established outbound connection. These ACLs are applied to the router's Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 interface, controlling both inbound and outbound traffic. This setup provides a stateful filtering mechanism, ensuring that only responses to legitimate outbound requests are allowed back into the network. Before we wrap up, let's briefly discuss IPv6 ACLs and how they compare to IPv4 ACLs. While both function similarly in filtering traffic, IPv6 ACLs operate exclusively with 128-bit addresses, eliminating the need for wildcard masks. Both IPv4 and IPv6 ACLs have an implicit deny any rule at the end. However, the key difference is that in IPv6, all traffic is denied by default, whereas in IPv4, some essential protocols like ARP are not affected by ACLs. For IPv6, this means that even critical traffic like ICMPv6, used for neighbor discovery and router advertisements, will be blocked unless explicitly allowed. In conclusion, an access control list is a set of rules applied to network traffic on routers or firewalls to permit or deny packets based on criteria like IP addresses, protocols, and port numbers, enhancing security and traffic management. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth networking content. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or topics you'd like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.